Under center, here comes Jacobs. Jumps, dives over the top, touchdown! What a terrific run by Jacobs. Here's Jacobs, middle, plows to the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders!
Plunkett giving to Allen, sending him wide left. He has to reverse his field, but he gets away for a moment. Comes back up the middle of the 30, 25, 40. Breaks past 2 men at the 50, down to the 40. Picking up a blocker. Holy Toledo! Touchdown, Raiders! And off to Bo, off the left side, gets to the outside, first down. He streaks to the 20, the 30. They'll never catch him. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. Count them, folks. Silver and black. Bo Jackson. Holy Toledo, 90 yards.
Got some notable Raiders rookie rushers through time. You see Josh Jacobs at the top of the list, eclipsing Marcus Allen's rookie rushing number of 697 yards. Greg Robinson, Arthur Whittington, as well as Vincent Bo Jackson on that list as well. Marcus Allen won the Offensive Rookie of the Year. He was the first guy to reach 12,000 rushing yards and 5,000 receiving yards, and he joins us now on NFL Now, the Hall of Famer. What would that number have been for you in your rookie season had you been able to play more than 9 games, because there was a work stoppage there?
Well, I think it's safe to say I would have put a few more yards up there, but we only had 8 games, and I was fortunate to get off to a great start. I'd like to think that I would have perhaps doubled that number, but it wasn't meant to be. But when you talk about Josh Jacobs, I think the question is, what don't I like about him? Which is nothing. I like everything about him. I thought, first of all, it was a great draft pick. Secondly, I just love the person he is, and the fact I think he plays with this respect all but fear none attitude. And I mean, he's quick, he's fast, he's strong, he blocks well, he catches the ball well, he does everything well. But I just love the way he plays, and he's a young professional, which is greatly appreciated too.
Yeah, we got to see this Oakland Raiders team on Hard Knocks this year, but we didn't get to see a lot of Josh Jacobs. He said he was hiding from the cameras, and then he just kind of burst on the scene. Was that the right way to go about it as a rookie running back?
I think so. When I first came in, I said very little, guys, very little. I knew there was a target on my back because I was a Heisman Trophy winner and first-round draft choice and stuff, so I came to work. And then what happened was I started to play well, and then the veterans started to embrace me, and I think he came in with that same sort of attitude. So
we've got year 2 of Coach Gruden and Derek Carr. What are your thoughts about this offense and how it's growing?
I like the way they're progressing. They had a couple of bad games where they didn't play well, but I think overall, I like the direction they're going. A lot of young players are stepping up. I think Gruden is changing the culture. They look promising to me, guys. I think you don't want to look down the road to next year and stuff, but I think this is going to be a team, obviously, going to be reckoned with.
We saw Tyrell Williams come back recently. He's taken more of a share in terms of the targets from Derek Carr. Do you think that he's what they need as a receiver? We know the Antonio Brown situation didn't really work out. Is Tyrell Williams serviceable long-term as the top target?
Well, I think he'll do great, but I think Carr's greatest asset is distributing the ball to all the receivers, and obviously the tight end is playing just great. So he will move the ball around, and I think, as a running back, the key is obviously to run the ball and get play action and make things easy for you. So Josh is going to be really the key, I think. But you have to have those wide receivers. Obviously, when you get those, because of the running game, guys are going to come up and start biting, and you can take them over the top. So that's when he'll come in, I think, really big.
We got the Chargers at the Raiders tonight. Over the years, we've seen a lot of different iterations of this rivalry. It's going to change in the coming years as Oakland moves to Las Vegas. What has this group meant to you as well as to the younger generation of fans who might get a chance to see this game?
That was my son. Come on, Drake, say hi real quick. I want you on national TV. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Could you repeat that question again, please? He walked in.
For younger fans like Jake as well as older fans watching the Chargers and the Raiders, what's this rivalry mean in terms of the NFL?
Well, I got to tell you, Drake, don't do that. Don't be a bad boy. Listen here. This is one of, I think, the great rivalries, and I grew up watching this rivalry, guys. I used to watch the Raiders when I was a young boy, and we used to go to San Diego Stadium. and watch them play. You know, I used to be a Raider fan and a Charger fan when they had John Hato and Daryl LaMonica, and then obviously Plunkett and Dan Fouts. So, I mean, this is, I think, been a great rivalry, and I think it's going to continue because these are two great teams with great traditions, and obviously the Raiders, I think, have, you know, certainly won Super Bowls, and the Chargers have always aspired to be there. So they came up short many years ago, but their aspirations haven't changed at all. So they certainly want to beat the Raiders. That's always number one.
And Marcus, before Jake joined you in this interview here, we saw some highlights. You heard Bill King's voice. What was that like for you to relive some of those moments?
It brings back memories because he was certainly one of the best, and he could illuminate a dull blade of grass. I mean, he was so good, and I just love hearing his voice. Certainly on that run, the 74-yard touchdown run. Bill was one of the best that ever was as a broadcaster.
Well, Marcus, good luck to your Oakland Raiders tonight. Can we get a pick from Jake in this Chargers Raiders matchup? Jake, who you got in the game tonight?
It's Drake, and Drake's always going to go with the Raiders, right, Drake? Give a thumbs up for the Raiders, Drake. Thumbs up.
Drake has the Raiders tonight. Hall of Famer Marcus Allen. Thanks for joining us here on NFL Now ahead of Thursday Night Football.
All right. My pleasure, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.